Good morning. My name is Jeanette Dorlis, and in this speech, I'll be explaining why smaller classes are better beneficial for not only the students but for the teachers as well. When in a class between the typical 30 to 40 students, it would be hard to generally keep their attention, as well as helping each student individually on whatever questions or problems they may have regarding the assignments they're given. Compared to a class with 10 to 20 students inside, where the teacher will have a better chance engaging and having one-to-one with their students and better helping them. In an article, it is said that with more one-to-one with their teachers, students are certain to have a greater sense that their teacher cares for them. And when the students feel like someone they look up to cares about their work, they'll excel, showing that it brings a more positive and motivated mindset to students with a smaller and more controlled environment compared to one with a lot of people. Especially for teachers, typically with teachers, especially like middle school teachers and high school teachers, they'll have 7 to 8 classes, and in each class, they'll have about a good 20, 30, 40 students in it. With a smaller class, it is easier for them to branch out towards their students and to help them with whatever questions they may have regarding the assignments that they have, depending on the topic of the class that they're in. Another one would be easier to identify issues. In a smaller classroom, a teacher will have an easier time identifying problems with their students' actions and works, such as when a student asks for help or when they look at assignments done by multiple students. The article continues to state that when a teacher has 30 essays to grade, they will spend less time on each one and will potentially glaze over flaws in writing skills and could be fixing with minimal instructions. Typically, if a teacher has a lot of assignments to grade over, it's usually kind of difficult for them, and eventually they just muddle everything together. And sometimes they don't give enough a good response or a response or no response at all actually when it comes to assignments for students. Due to that fact, sometimes it's hard for students to really see the mistakes they made in their work due to the fact that the teacher didn't see whatever mistake that was in their work, and it makes it really hard for a student to really continue to excel in school. Compared to if there's a smaller classroom, then it's easier for a teacher to see a mistake and give the student advice on whatever assignment that they have and tell them, hey, this is a mistake that you made. Here are some key points to help you fix it so next time it won't have to be like this and you can excel better. And it gives the student a better outlook on their assignment and on wanting to continue to work hard in order to benefit themselves and the teacher as well. Another thing would be better time management. Typically, when a teacher has to deal with a lot of students, it's really hard to really have a one-on-one engagement with a particular student that's having problems with their assignment. Usually, they're too busy having to worry about other students, and with such little time typically in classrooms and having to deal with all those students, it's really hard to really engage with the ones who might need it the most or with the other ones who just need it in general. With a smaller class, it's better and easier for teachers to really help those students and engage with them in conversation, see what they need, and take time out of their day to help that individual student or individual students, depending on who or how many actually need help, compared to a big branch of about a good 30 to 40 students, where it can be difficult and the most a teacher can probably get to is maybe 10 students, given the circumstances or depending. So, in conclusion, while having bigger classes can be beneficial in some areas and in certain ways, with like teacher needing help, maybe it's areas such as grading or maybe helping other students. And while yes, also having bigger class can also help benefit students as well, I still think that it still is better to have a smaller class and it just generally helps both parties. Thank you.